Now let's look at the final law for today's lesson, which is known as the negative power law. The negative power law. Now, in the negative power law, if the index is a negative value, then it can be shown as the reciprocal of the positive index raised to the same variable. If the index is a negative value, then it can be shown as the reciprocal of the positive index raised to the same variable. Now you can see here, our base once again is x, and you can see that x is being raised to a negative value, which is minus a. Now they're telling us that if you have a base number raised to a negative power, then your answer will be the reciprocal of that base raised to a positive value of the index. You can see here, the base here is what? X, while the power here is what? Minus a. But now, when we now convert it using the negative power law, you now find out that this x is now the inverse, or what we call the reciprocal of its value, which is 1 divided the x. 1 divided the x. And you can see that this x is also raised to a power of a, but it is not a negative power, it is a positive power. So when you have a term raised to a negative power, what you simply have to do is what? You put that base under 1, that is to say 1 over the term, then the negative power will now be converted to a positive power. Here we have minus a, but here we now have positive a. So let's look at an example so to get more understanding on this. Now the first example we have is this: 5 raised to power minus 2. 5 raised to power minus 2. Now, to do this, following the definition of the law, we're going to have to find the reciprocal of 5. The reciprocal of 5 is 1 over 5. Now, we've gotten the reciprocal of 5. So what do we do next? Next thing that we're going to raise 5 to a positive value of its index. Here is the negative value of the index. But now, once we find the reciprocal of 5, which is 1 over 5, we now find the what? Raise 5 to its positive what? Index. So it will now be 1 over 5 raised to power 2. So the 2 will no longer be negative. It will now be positive. So it will now give you what? 1 all over 5 times 5, which will give us 1 all over 25. So you have to find the reciprocal of the base, and then you now raise the base number to a positive power. Now let's go to the second example, which is 1 over 6 raised to power minus 1. 1 over 6 raised to power minus 1. Now, once again, we're raising all of this to a negative power. So what we'll do, we're going to find the reciprocal of this base number, which is 1 all over 1 over 6. So 1 all over 1 over 6. So now if you now know your division or multiplication of fractions very, very well, you know that 1 all over 1 over 6 will give you something like, let me say 1 times 6. And since our power is minus 1, the answer we get, we're going to get 6. We now raise it to a positive value, which is 1. And of course, we know that anything raised to a power of 1 is that thing. So any term raised to a power of 1 is that term. So 6 raised to power 1 is 6. That is the answer. 1 all over 6 raised to a negative power of 1 will give me 1 divided by 1 all over 6. And then when I now, simplify and I do my, multiplication and division of fraction, I'm going to get 6. And then this power of minus 1 will now be what? Positive 1. That is 6 raised to 1, which will now still give me 6. So that is how you solve questions in negative power law of indices. So for today, I'm going to stop here. this is just the first 4 laws of indices. In my next video, I'm going to do some further laws of indices. But if you find that this video has been very, very helpful, can you just please go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to my channel. And also, if you have any questions, you can drop in the comment section. And then I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.